two no. Left that two in the past, new number, new lane. Got the dog pound behind me and gold in my chain. Number 12 like Brady, but I'm still me. Pressure built different when you born to lead. Pocket calm like snow in December. Now I'm in the land, make the city remember. Ain't no clone, this a brand new script. Came from the two, now I'm flipping the script. Don't call me two, call me 12. Old jersey, new era. Welcome to the land. Number change, but the mission don't fade. AP watch and the ice still swayed. From Buddha to Browns, levels to this whole digit, same dog. I'm built for the blitz. 12 in the field, yes sir. QB1 vibe. That 2 was the spark, that 12 is the storm. I'm past the comparisons, now I perform. No more debates, no more doubt. They gon' feel me when I air it out. Same soul, New Jersey stitch. Legacy earned, never switched. Ain't just a number, it's a chapter flip. Now the league gotta deal with this. Don't call me two, call me 12. Whole jersey, new era. Welcome to the land. Number change, but the mission don't fade. AP watching, the ice still sway. From Buddha to Browns, levels to this whole digit, same dog. I'm built for the blitz. Green drops a number, it's a statement. It's not about where I was, it's about where I'm going. Yeah. Now it's game time, chains on stealth. Whole league watching number 12. Cleveland cold, but the wrist still melt. Don't call me two, I'm 12 myself. He won 2 in college, but now don't call me 2 no more.
We here. We here. We here. Big 12 on that chat, boy. Stop playing with me. Big 12 in that thing. Who calling from football? Who is that? In what video? The one I said she lied? Big 12 in that thing. Big 12 in that thing.
Yeah. He won 2 in college, but now don't call me 2 no more. Call me 12. Don't call me 2 no more.
Yo.
Left that 2 in the past, new number, new lane. Got the dog pound behind me and gold in my chain. Number 12 like Brady, but I'm still me. Pressure built different when you born to lead. Pocket calm like snow in December. Now I'm in the land, make the city remember. Ain't no clone, this a brand new script. Came from the two, now I'm flipping the script. Don't call me two, call me 12. Old jersey, new era. Welcome to the land. Number change, but the mission don't fade. AP watch and the ice still sway. From Buddha to brass levels to this whole digit, same dog. I'm built for the blitz. 12 in the field. Yes, sir. QB 1 vibe. Deck 2 was the spark. Deck 12 is.
All right, we back. What going on, my savages? What going on? Hit that like button, subscribe, and share. That boy done got that thing, that 12 on that back. That finally done came through.
Yeah, I think that's something we talked a lot about prior to putting together the plan. And obviously there's that old saying, you treat everybody fairly but not the same. It's related to that. You know that there's guys that need to get X number of reps. There's guys that don't. I mean, Joe is 40 years old, has seen a lot of football, has played a lot of football. He does not need as many reps as the young guys do. So tried to be smart where we can still give Joe an opportunity to get better, an opportunity to be evaluated, while also maybe shifting a few of those reps to the younger guys and then mixing it up throughout. We had multiple guys in there at multiple spots, and that's kind of the way we've looked at doing business here the last 3 weeks with 9 practices where we just want to see a lot of these guys in a bunch of different situations.
Talk about the 2 young guys quickly here. Dylan, yes, it was yesterday. He's a play-action wizard, man. He's really smooth with the ball. He hides it well. He rolls out well. He throws on the run well. And then we had a chance to talk to him at the golf outing. You see what made you guys fall in love with him the way that you did in the draft. How has it been for him over the last month?
Yeah, I think the play-action piece is a good observation, Bo, where he's got really great ability to ball handle, to put the ball out on a play action when it looks like the run, pulls it back, it's the pass. There's a lot of skill to that. Now he's been coached really well in college, and I give him credit and his coaches credit for that. But there's a lot of nuance to that play action game, and he's trying to master it, and he's putting in the work. And he's a young player still coming along. He's played a lot of football, and that's true. But this NFL game, there's things that are different, and he's really going to school. At times we call this quarterback school. There's a curriculum to this and how we bring a young player along, and there's no short way to do it. I wish I could press a button and say, hey, you guys got this, and that's just doesn't exist in this game. It's just a lot of meetings, a lot of practice, and then a lot of film to teach off of. And the beauty of it is our quarterbacks are learning from every rep, even if they're not getting the rep. So if you're in there, great, you got the rep, you got it physically in the moment. You can make those corrections in your brain with that Pentium processor. If you didn't get the rep, you can sit in the meeting room and you can kind of put yourself in the shoes of the other player and get that rep mentally. So we've done a lot of that over the last few weeks.
Just an anecdote for our audience. Dylan joined Nathan and I at the golf outing he just kind of came on set. We were doing the show live, and he just came on, and we didn't really introduce or anything. He just started talking.
Y'all hit that like button, man. Let's ride. He talking about Dylan Gabriel, but we just hit for 12, bro. We ain't with all that other stuff, bro. Come on now. They probably already done said something. They had been live for at 1 o'clock, whatever. But I don't leave it up.
For him, it's very consistent.
Oh, they done
everybody talked about it. We talked about it. Certainly when you're at 3 schools, you have to assimilate yourself to those 3 places. You got to get to know everybody, or I think a lot of us can.
Let me see, can I find some?
Whether it's in high school or at college.
He talked about them first. I doubt it, though.
As training camp through the Super Bowl. When they say that.
Well, we won 3 games last year, so you better have it.
Offensively, getting back to.
And I think that's full boat of practice. We had 7-on-7 and team out guy for 3, 1 double A down the field, 50 yards each time. Then you're going to have cost, and now there's going to be injured.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's something we talked a lot about.
Wizard, man. He's really smooth with the ball.
We're coming along. He's et cetera. So I think there's great.
He probably ain't going to talk about Shedeur like that, man.
Mr. Bishop.
Appreciate it. Hit that like button. Subscribe and share and tell your friend about that money, man. You already know, man. Share that video. Let's ride. The setup is here, man.
In the last month. Obviously,
the setup is for real.
Probably 15, 16. There's something that's to that. But his teammates gravitate to him quite a bit. What have you learned about him over the last month?
I don't know that we've learned anything.
Probably 15, 16 in the last month. Obviously, when you are who he is and everybody knows who you are and has known who you are. Shedeur, you guys get to know him very well in the process. you've got to know him a lot better here in the last month. Obviously, when you are who he is and everybody knows who you are and has known who you are since you were probably 15, 16, there's something that's to that. But his teammates gravitate to him quite a bit. What have you learned about him over the last month?
I don't know that we've learned anything new because, like you mentioned, I feel like we have a great feel for this young man. He's a very, very hard worker. He has fun when he's in the building. I'm enjoying watching him progress with every single meeting, with every single rep. He's doing a great job. And I think as a young player, I don't care what position you're playing, you're going to run a play or you're going to get something wrong. That's so valuable because then you get to correct it, get it right the next time. And he's doing a really, really nice job. I think he's showing up early. He's staying late. And he continues to get better every single day, and that's the fun part. But just having him in the meeting room brings a great personality in there. It's fun to have. I sit right behind him. Joe is to my left, to Shedeur's left, and to see those two bounce ideas off of each other is hilarious. Joe will say a few things, and I'll be like, Joe, Shedeur wasn't born. He wasn't born then. So it's just he's got great energy, great kid, working his tail off, and he's playing really well too.
I told it to our audience. There's a great story in yahoo.com for our audience that tells kind of the story about how this quarterback, because it's really a great room. They're very supportive. There was an instance yesterday with Shedeur and Joe going over something and Joe kind of mimicking, this is what I do on this. Like those type of things are happening every day here. It's really cool how it's all.
That came straight from the head coach.
Yeah, I've been so lucky in my career to be in some really awesome rooms. And this one's up there just with these guys pushing each other.
But the question we all want to know.
Having the diversity of thought.
Why Shedeur ain't got no first team reps, man?
Has been great.
So Mary Kate and Tony can shut up.
We all take this job very seriously. We want to work our tails off. But
I'm telling you, I ain't gonna lie. That's the first time he actually been so direct about Shedeur.
Great answer on this, but in your head, I'll have to try to ask it in a way to see if we can get a little bit of an answer. In your head, do you have like a date where you're like, by then we need to have this kind of locked in?
Here we go.
Pecking order, starter, all that.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Obviously, we've approached this offseason with a different mindset where we're trying to be very much in evaluation mode and see different guys. I think once you get back to training camp, it evolves as in terms of what your mentality is and what you're trying to accomplish. So there are dates that I kind of have placeholders on where we're going to make some decisions. Certainly get into some of the games. I mean, the fun part is we get 3 games to get live reps with these guys, and that's also something that's hard to replicate in practice. We'll have a practice versus Carolina. We'll have 2 practices versus Philly. Those will be valuable as well. But there's definitely the idea that our mentality will change once we get to a certain point in July and August.
When you talk about those joint practices, has the groundwork been laid in terms, because those reps are so valuable? Did you lay groundwork for that in terms of that position over the last couple of weeks? We
have, and that was something really with Carolina, with Coach Canales, with Philly, with Coach Sirianni. We've had conversations going back months ago that in terms of the structure of practice. So it'll be great work for both sides. And certainly, again, it goes back to the previous question. We'd love to be out there for 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're not allowed to. But we'll get plenty of good work with those guys over those 2 weeks.
You guys have a big night tonight. This is year 2. Incredible success last night. Night out by the lake, of course. The Keepers Foundation, your foundation that you started. It was
Hey man, there it is right there. So we got the timetable already when they're gonna make the decision on QB1 and who gonna get traded. That basically that's what it boiled down to, man. So we got it now. So
fun experience for us to.
We got it now, man.
Yeah. He went to in college,
August,
but now
he said July.
Don't call me two no more. Call me 12. Don't call me two no more.
Constantly looking to give back.
Yeah, y'all even now. Hold on.
Is near and dear to my heart, to my family's heart. In this organization.
So there it is right there, man. July, August. Training camp started at the end of July. We're going to get them preseason games in August, them practices against Carolina and Philly. That's when they're going to determine who going to be QB1 and, who going to get traded. Because that basically, you can't keep, they ain't going to keep 4 quarterbacks on the roster, man. They got 5 total, and one of them they can't get rid of. So it's either Kenny Pickett, Shedeur or Dylan Gabriel are going to get up out of there. And least likely is Shedeur. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, anything can happen. You know, it's the NFL. Anything can happen. So, you know, like I was saying before, that was the first time the head coach has been so direct in answering about a Shedeur question. That was amazing right there. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the head coach, talking about he working hard. He sit right behind him in the meeting room. You know what I'm saying? He right next to Joe Flacco. They cracking jokes and all that. You know what I'm saying? In the meeting room now. This ain't just on the field. This in the meeting room. So I don't want to hear nothing about Shedeur had a bad interview, had bad meetings with the Giants and the other team. I don't want to hear none of that. They're coming straight from the head coach right there. Other Browns, they drafted him. I don't care if he wanted them or not. He said they directly out his mouth. So I don't want to hear none of that other stuff. Talking about, well, that's the reason why he failed. He arrogant and all that. No, I don't want to hear nothing about that, Joey. I don't want to hear nothing about that. I don't want to hear nothing about that. Nah, bro. It coming straight from the head coach. Straight from the head coach now. I guarantee you, bro. So them preseason games is going to determine who's going to be the starter. Hate to say it, but he probably already got somebody penciled in as the starter for week 1. But I think it's going to be more Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur. Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur. But it's probably going to be more Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur playing a lot of those reps deep into, you know, Kenny Pickett might start the game with the ones, and then it's going to be a lot of Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel. And to be honest, I'm going to tell you straight up, man, Dylan Gabriel probably going to be in the second and third quarter, and they just going to let Shedeur do the fourth. I hate to say it, but that's how it might look. Hopefully, it don't last like that the whole preseason, because if it do, you know what that mean, man. Go ahead and get ready for year 2. But that's the setup, man. That part of the setup. My title and my thumbnail, man. Hit that like button. The Shedeur era has begun. The Shedeur era has begun. I'm telling you, man.
The guys today is just charge that battery up, because you're going to need it. And you're going to need it because this season comes at you fast, and it's 17 games plus. It's 3 games in the preseason. If you earn those 3 or 4 games at the end, I mean, this is a long season. I think it's 201 days long. So you have to charge the battery up, and that's not just physically. It is mentally. So all our guys will kind of get away from it for a minute, but then they'll get back into training and get ready to hit the ground running come July.
Coach, it's great to see you. Good luck at the event tonight, and enjoy your summer, buddy. You deserve it.
Appreciate it, Bo. Thanks.
All right, there you go. There's your head coach, Kevin Stefanski, joining us in studio off the top of the show. Play-by-play voice, your Cleveland Browns. Andrew Siciliano going to join us next. We'll have some copious notes on final minicamp practice of the summer. That is coming up next. Let's stick.
There it is right there, man. But I'm telling you, man, hit that like button, subscribe and share, and tell your friend about that money, man. You already know, man. Because the Shedeur era has begun, man. It has begun. I don't care what these folk talking about. It's here. You couldn't stop them. You couldn't put them down. You couldn't do this. You couldn't do that. You talked about it, daddy. You talked about him. It's here. It's here. And he ain't going nowhere. They gave him the playbook last. They gave him the last reps. But they'll give him the crown last because he's going to be on top. He's going to be on top. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I got 111 people in here with 37 likes. Come on now. We about to look at the clips. But first, I want y'all to see this right here. An anonymous Browns and Stetson coach had some high praise for Shedeur Sanders today. In my 15 years in the league, I have never seen a player, let alone a rookie, absolute dominate mandatory minicamp the way he had. Now, y'all gonna, well, that's anonymous. We don't know if it's true, but you sure did believe what the Giants said when they said it was anonymous. So you better believe that. I don't want to hear none of that. Come on now. She gonna post Dylan Gabriel today. Shedeur must have did real too good. Cause I seen it earlier. What at Cleveland right here? There. Nah, not the Cleveland Brown. The ESPN Cleveland. Here they go. Right here. There it is right there. This today. Last day of mandatory minicamp. Hit that like button. Let's ride. Still doing the Shedeur giveaway. Prime 50K giveaway. Prime time giveaway. Shedeur 12. Like and subscribe to the channel. Right here. Shedeur got 9 reps today, 7 or 9. It ain't nothing new. Do I be on it like Diddy? Stop playing with me, boy. With the baby oil and all. Better stop playing with me. Boy, let's go ahead and get back to it. Shedeur 79. Hey, I'm straight, bro. I don't play that now. Chill out. No freak offs. Hey, matter of fact, let me tell y'all this story right quick. Let me get my close up. Let me tell you this story right quick. Look. Literally, I was in Miami, bro. I was in Miami last year. Last April, 24. Me and my girl, fiance now. We were walking down Miami Strip. Literally, bro. I vlogged. The video is on my channel right now. The whole Miami vlog is on my channel right now. Back in April 24. We walking down the strip. A dude on a bike was riding. You know, no cars can go down that road right there on the strip, on the one end of the strip. So he was riding with a speaker on the bike. And then I'm like, why you riding with the music so loud? You know what I'm saying? He just blast the music, whatever. So then, literally, we on the sidewalk, bro. Literally, this guy on a bike is riding on the sidewalk. He almost hit my girl. If she would have threw her arm out just like this, she would have hit him in the face. He rolled past. I'm like, what he doing on the sidewalk? Then I look. I like, hold on. That Diddy. Bruh. It was P. Diddy, Sean Puffy Combs riding the bike. Bruh. He was this close to me, just like we was on, like I'm next to the camera. This how close he was. I could have hit him, bruh. This how close he was. He was riding the bike and rolled right past us. And you think I'm lying. It's on my video. I ain't get him. I ain't record him. But I recorded right after it happened. And then we walked through this little alleyway. He came around on the bike, riding down the main road. And this group of dudes, they was on the other side, and we looking at each other like, what that did it? What that did it? And they were like, yeah, that was. And then he was on the news that night in all black. Anyway, let me get back. But yeah, Dylan Gabriel getting all the reps. Cause I told you why Dylan Gabriel getting all the reps. I told you why he getting all the reps. I've been going hard. Hit that like button. But yeah, 7 for 9. We already know the more accurate. It ain't even a question now. But Pickett and Dylan Gabriel, clearly, they getting all the reps. But what this tell me now, you're looking at Joe Flacco, 7 reps. What this tell me now, Joe Flacco gonna start week 1. This is what this minicamp done told me based on Flacco didn't get no reps, minicamp number 1. He got 7 reps, minicamp day number 2. And day number 3, he got 7 more reps. He 40. They ain't gonna June. Joe, you don't need no reps. So they're telling me that they preparing him to start the season. Pickett and Gabriel, getting these reps like that, that means to me, to be honest, I'm thinking they're going to trade one of them. Because they trying to see, do they know the offense? Because I told y'all, the reason why they running with the ones, because they don't know the plays. Mary Kate said it out her own mouth. You got to listen to how she said it and what words she said. She said literally that they had to catch up. Catch up to who? If Shedeur already seen the playbook and similar and know some of the plays and it's similar to what they ran in Colorado, who got to catch up? This the best day Gabriel done had. 13 for 10. This the best day he done had. Ever. Even in OTAs. Since they started that tracker. And then they don't want you to pay attention to it, but y'all the one that started it. ESPN Cleveland, Tony, y'all the one started it. Let's go. Let's listen to him first.
Your Cleveland Browns minicamp report. It's day 3.
Y'all already know that dude a hater. I don't see how Pickett is the starter and Gabriel the backup. I don't know how. But I guarantee you, Kenny Pickett gonna start the preseason. Dylan Gabriel gonna come in after that. Then Shedeur gonna come in the fourth quarter. They gonna give Kenny Pickett probably the majority of the first half, and then Dylan Gabriel probably right before halftime, and then Dylan Gabriel the whole third quarter. Then Shedeur hopefully the whole fourth quarter, but who knows? Well, let's listen to this hater though right here.
Hey everybody, Tony Grossi here with your Cleveland Browns minicamp report. It's day 3 of the last
But he finally fixed the mic a little bit. It's still a little muffled though, but he louder than what it was.
day, and it's presented by Permco. Well, I said it's the last day of minicamp. It's summer recess for all the veterans. The rookies will be back next week. Behind closed doors, no media allowed. But pretty much this wraps it up for spring football, Cleveland Browns style. A couple things I want to mention before we get to the quarterback numbers. Receiver room got some upgrades today. Cedric Tillman and Michael Woods were on the practice field and getting reps for the first time of this minicamp. I want to give you a name to watch going into training camp in that wide receiver room. It's Jamari Thrash. His receivers coach, Chad O'Shea, really is impressed with the work he's done coming off of last season. Wasn't much of a rookie season for him, understandable. But the big thing about Jamari Thrash, he is available. He's there for every practice, and he made a lot of catches this spring. Also, Harold Fannin, the rookie tight end, I asked the new tight ends coach, Christian Jones, is it my imagination, or has he caught every pass thrown to him? He says, just about. I said, how many drops do you guys have Harold Fannin for since rookie minicamp? Christian Jones said, I don't think there's one. So Harold Fannin is really going to be prominent in the Browns offense. Let's go to the quarterbacks. Very limited practice overall today. So reps were reduced for everyone. Here are the numbers for 7-on-7s and 11-on-11s. Joe Flacco, 2 of 7, no touchdowns. Shedeur Sanders, 7 of 9, no touchdowns. Kenny Pickett had a big day for him, 8 of 11, 1 touchdown, the only touchdown of the day. That came in a red zone period. And Dylan Gabriel, 10 of 13 with no touchdowns. We will continue to update these numbers and carry them through into training camp. They'll be more meaningful as we go along and the numbers increase. You'll see things maybe change and plateau, or we'll see how relevant they become during training camp quarterback competition. We'll be back for you at training camp in 5 weeks.
Hey, they're not happening. What y'all talking about, the Lions and Shedeur,
Hey
that's not
everybody,
happening.
Tony Grossi here with you.
That's not happening. There's no way. It makes no sense. The only way it makes sense is, look, they just updated the full thing. The only way it makes sense is Shedeur go there and be actually the backup behind Jared Goff, and the Browns just blown away by the offer. That's the only way that happens. They not, because what I heard, they was trying to trade Hendon Hooker. I don't know if y'all know him, but he played at Tennessee. He got hurt. and then the Lions drafted him. But I don't see that one happening. The more likely trade that could potentially happen is Shedeur to Miami. That's a real one that could possibly happen just because is a way better situation than Cleveland far as the environment and the organization. Maybe. I ain't really looked into Miami like that, but the potential of him actually getting to play because of Tua and them concussions is highly likely, even though we ain't wishing Tua to get hurt and injured like that. But that's just the reality of the game, you know what I'm saying? That's what you sign up for. But then, to the Lions, no. No. That's what they say. You see, y'all listen to all these reports. Yeah, I heard that too, Dylan Gabriel to Miami, but that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense to me. Because when you can get, basically, you can probably get Shedeur cheaper than you could Dylan Gabriel right now. Just because the Browns value him as a third rounder. So you might have to spend a third rounder to get Dylan Gabriel. Well, Shedeur, the Browns might accept the fifth rounder. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on how what offer the Browns willing to take. But who knows? But y'all see these two total numbers, 41 or 53. With 9 touchdowns, 1 interception. I don't know why they ain't put Dylan Gabriel interception up there, because he had one. I think he had about 2. I don't know why they didn't put, see, that's what I'm talking about. They see, Dylan Gabriel done had an interception. And Kenny Pickett, I don't know if I think he had about 2. See, now they trying to, see what I'm talking about? See what they trying to do? See what they trying to do? I'm telling you now, they better not have deleted it. That's what I'm talking about. That Minicamp, hold on. That OTA. See what I'm saying? But that boy Dylan Gabriel had an interception, bro. Because we seen it. We seen it on video. It was the rookie Minicamp probably. That's why. I just thought about it. It probably the rookie Minicamp. No, it ain't. Here it is right here. I told you. That's what I'm saying. He had interception. This it right here. I don't want to hear none of that. Ain't nobody keeping track. I told you. We keeping track. See, they trying to manipulate it. There they go. How you put out something and don't double check it? Come on now. Exactly. All of them had interception. They just trying to put Shedeur 1. Like, come on, bro. Y'all tripping. Let's see what he coming talking about. Ain't nobody even sitting there noticing. They don't even care. What that man was talking about? Where you go? I don't think they got no sign. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe and share. Tell your friend about that money, man. You already know, man. We got 12 in the building. Yeah, what the coach do more important. But we can't see what the coach got. So we got to go based off what they posting on here. false start on the damn tackle, boy. Oh, my goodness. Good ball, though. That was a good ball, but that was good placement, everything. False start, though, so it don't count. Since we being Mary Kay out here in OTAs and Minicamp. That's a real good ball, boy. Real good. Let me see. Hold on. Jacksonville bus. He out there again out of practice. But we heard it out the head coach mouth, though. We heard it out his mouth. Did the same play. Did the same play. Let me look. Look like they got 10 personnel here. 10 personnel. I can't tell if it's trip. We got a little motion. Got a little motion. Tight end, 87. And we got crossing route, got a deep crosser, shallow, 2 shallow crossers. And then look like, okay, was that the running back? Yeah, that was a running back out there. So it got to be another receiver over here. It got to be trips. Trips right. 10 personnel, trip right. Got 1 receiver on the right side, 3 on the left side. We only seen 2, but it got to be 1 more over there. Ain't really nothing that came out yet. You know what? I got to go to my boy. That's what I got to do. Let me go to my boy right quick. Know he got it all. Dang, he ain't got nothing up yet. He usually be having it. Hit that like button, man. Y'all done quit coming. 82 likes. And I got 163 people in here. Hit that like button. Let's ride.
Success going into the second year.
You mentioned anyone who comes into the team has a long way to go if they're new. How much progress can they make over this 6-week break?
Put them in position.
You said yesterday that you guys were the only team that reached out to them. How have you seen that, if at all, translate into motivation, urgency, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, building, it's an work that will. Yeah, I mean, Deontay has strengths as a receiver. On his strengths, I worked hard to. Thanks, guys.
I mean,
Deontay, I would say this. Anybody new.
Making it as easy as possible. How do you make it as easy as possible, for those 4 quarters?
Right. So the one thing that Coach Stefanski's done a great job from an organization standpoint is the amount of reps that we've been able to maximize by the 2 spots. So, I mean, this is the most reps that I can remember getting in spring practice, and it's because we've organized practice to have 2 spots and just to really get a lot of reps. So not only does that have a lot of quarterbacks that are competing for the job, but it helps the receivers to go out there and we can have 2 fields going at once and maximize reps. It's been great.
Deontay Johnson, a lot of.
That was it. That's all he said. He didn't even really say nothing about Shedeur. He talking about all 4 quarterbacks. That boy be quick with it, boy.
On a play fake and you're turning around and it's Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter coming at you as opposed to an undrafted rookie on another field who's trying to make the team. There's a big difference there.
Yeah. Beyond quarterback, and obviously you can't really go beyond it because it's It's forever there. It's one of those things that you're going to talk about till you have one.
It's one of the top 5 biggest stories in the NFL.
It really
Whether
is.
it should be or not is a different question, but it is, and that's just a fact.
I think it probably should be too, because you and I have talked about this. Z and I have talked about this. I've talked to other folks about it. Nobody can recall a situation quite like this with 4.
Not like this.
Not quite like this. And the other thing is, and Brock Purdy came out of nowhere. He was the last pick in the draft. This is Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Dylan Gabriel is as successful as any college quarterback. He's on the shortest list of the last 25 years in terms of what was accomplished, the amount he won, statistical accumulation, all of it. And Shedeur Sanders has been a household name for most of his life.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't a quarterback at Northern Iowa who you picked in the 5th round, who nobody had. These are known individuals. These are, by the way, also guys who enriched themselves tremendously playing college football and basically acted like pros while they were at those 2 spots. So, that only adds to it. The Flacco part of it adds to it because of how beloved he was here for two years ago for a month in December when he went lights out. And then Pickett's kind of the one that I think sometimes is forgotten, and you shouldn't, because he's right in the middle of it, and he's the first one of all these guys that they went and got.
By the way, Kurt Warner, Northern Iowa, right?
Yes.
Okay. His son, Cade, is a coaching intern here this week. The former K-State wide receiver.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
hanging around on the
ran into
sideline
him in
this
the
week.
hotel.
Yeah.
And you knew him from the NFL Network days? Is that where you
he came up
recognized
and
him? Did you bring him in?
He came up and introduced himself to me. He's like, hey, Andrew used to work with my dad. I'm like, oh, my God, it's Cade.
Did
Wow.
he bring the kids around and stuff from time to time?
He did.
Yeah.
I might have met Cade years ago. I
hard to say,
don't
yeah.
remember. Anyway, I digress. To your
That's
point.
great. That's great.
But you mentioned Northern Iowa. To your
Yeah.
point, you don't very often see this. And let's face it, in the day and age, and Kevin talked about this yesterday when he was asked about social media of 24-hour coverage in the most popular and the greatest sport there is. Guys, we used to have an off-season topic bar at NFL Network where we would spin a wheel and all right, what's the evergreen topic we can talk about today?
Yep.
There's only a handful of them, and this is one of them, and it is going to be nonstop. It is going to be. It already is.
Yep.
Relentless.
I'm so glad that you gave that national peek behind the curtain on this, because I've tried to explain this even in the lead-up before he was a Cleveland Brown. If you are hosting Get Up, or you're hosting NFL Live, or you're hosting the Good Morning Football, and it's a day in early March and there isn't any league news, and you spin that wheel, one of the slots on that wheel is Shedeur Sanders.
There's
Always.
Shedeur. There's Aaron Rodgers. There's the tush-push conversation.
I ain't about talking about none of that.
I mean, those are the top 3. What else am I missing?
The one that the point of it, though, is that Shedeur is always going to be on that wheel. He was on the wheel the entire draft process. He's going to be on the wheel all summer. He doesn't ask for any of that.
He does not.
He does not. But it's a byproduct of who he is, who his dad is, and what he's done, what he did while he was at Colorado, and what a lightning rod that he's been in the pre-draft process. And so if you get to July 10th and you're like, man, we got nothing. I mean, is Joey Chestnut back? Are we doing a hot dog contest? Like, what are we doing? Is baseball going to do anything? What do we got here? Well, we can always go to the NFL. Well, what can we go? Hey, you think Shedeur's got a shot to
Aaron
start in
Rodgers,
Cleveland?
Shedeur.
Yeah.
T.J. Watt holdout. I mean, Shamar Stewart's not going to move the needle on July 10th.
Not really even now, because you have to explain who he is. I always tell people this. Here's the beauty about the Shedeur one. You don't have to explain who he is. Everybody knows.
And the other thing, too, is I want fans to
Shamar
realize.
Stewart, you'd have to start it with.
You have to explain.
17th pick, 4.5 sacks. They got Hendrickson sitting out. It's 5 minutes of juxtaposition.
Bengals have their history of contracts and whatever.
It's backstory. Shedeur, go.
So everyone is out of the building today, right?
Yeah.
You see, our coaches already out the door. Players already out the door. It's the same in all 32 buildings. There are 5 teams that don't wrap up their offseason program until next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Once you hit next Friday, there are, 32 league office, films, the network. There are 35 buildings, let's say, officially in the NFL. You cannot get a phone answered in any of those 35 beyond next Friday.
Right.
So there is no news. Nobody is making any news, save for an unfortunate arrest or something that happens off the field, which is inevitable. It happens every summer. So, sports talk radio, and we're all part of this.
Yeah.
The morning shows, the 24-hour coverage on social media, they have to make stuff up. Not make up facts, not make up stories, but you are rehashing the exact same stories. There is nothing that can be said or done in the next month that will affect the Browns' quarterback competition.
No, I'll talk about it, man. Hold on.
Assuming everyone stays healthy and has a nice vacation and all is happy, they will reconvene the week of July 21, and then we will actually have something to talk about.
As you watched over the last couple of days, and you fast forward and try to put yourself in a position of training camp by the time we reconvene, who are some names that you think these fans are going to love?
Guys that weren't here last year, like
Yeah.
rookies?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the two
Rookies
backs.
or new guys or
the two backs.
Hey, they right, man. All this Shedeur content going crazy. It kind of getting saturated, but I appreciate y'all for being loyal and keep coming back, man. Hit that like button, subscribe, and shit, and tell your friend about that money, man. You already know. Because it just about to get even crazy, man. With this, like you just said, if y'all don't know, this was the last time we going to see Shedeur on the football field until the end of July. Then when training camp start, then we get into the preseason and then up into the actual season. Yeah, I got my jersey. Y'all think I was lying about that 50K giveaway. I'm not. I'm still doing a 50K giveaway. I got to get it set all up. I told y'all I was doing it. I had to get mine. Now I'm going to get one of y'all, whoever going to win. But yeah, you market the player that you trying to get rid of. That's why I said this right here, that go to the total, even though it's not all the way accurate. 83, 63, 53, 35. 83 for Dillon Gabriel. I don't care what these folk talking about. They drafted Dillon Gabriel in the third round. They traded for Kenny Pickett. You use a third round pick on Dillon Gabriel, and you trade a fifth round pick for Pickett. You're not expecting. Trust me. The value of what you use to pick them to is not like the Giants trading up to draft Jackson Dart. That is not the same value of trading a fifth round pick and drafting Dillon Gabriel in the third round. So you're not investing that much into neither one of these guys. Plus, you declined Kenny Pickett's fifth-year option. He was a first rounder. First rounders get a fifth-year option in today's league. It's a team option. So that the team can accept it and keep the player for another year to help them negotiate a longer-term contract, or they can decline it and let him become a free agent. The Cleveland Browns declined Kenny Pickett's option. Why did they do that? If they did it and they believed in him, then he should get a contract extension sometime during training camp or the preseason. They need to be in talks right now if that's gonna be the case. But I don't see it that way. I see it as they don't believe in him. They taking a risk on him. So to limit our risk, we're going to go ahead and decline this option before he even get out there. And if he start playing good, we can't say we ain't declined it, wherever the deadline was. I guess the deadline had passed for that. I don't know yet. I ain't figured that part out yet. But they declined it. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing of this. I ain't saying none of that. But Dillon Gabriel, he was the last rookie to sign his contract. No, I think Juckins is. But still. It's a third rounder. You ain't, to be honest, they ain't invested much into none of these folks. Flacco $4 million, Shedeur 5th round, Pickett a 5th round, and then Gabriel third. Because I don't care how you put it, man. Kenny Pickett on this day is valued as a 5th rounder. I don't care what you say. They traded a 5th round pick for him. That means his value is a 5th rounder. I don't care that he was drafted in the 1st round. This is 3 years later. We ain't talking about when he was drafted. We talking about right now. Go with the young dude. Yeah. But, hey, I ain't the coach. Like LaShawn McCoy said, he was like, hey, put him in the 5. I ain't opposed to it, but I know sometimes you don't want to do that to a young quarterback or you don't want to mess his head up. But Shedeur got so much confidence, I don't think it'll get messed up.
Out there. Okay, these are the completion percentages, the numbers, touchdowns and interceptions from the 4 open practices between OTAs and minicamp. Even Joe Flacco 0 for 0 yesterday. It's all included in here. Okay. We will start with Flacco. 16 of 28, 57% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Kenny Pickett, 57% completion percentage, 30 out of 52. So almost double the amount of reps, same completion percentage, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. Dillon Gabriel, 54% completion percentage, below both the other two. 38 out of 70, 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. For some quick context, Pickett is under his career completion percentage. Dillon Gabriel slightly below his college. Shedeur Sanders, 77% completion percentage. Is exactly what he did in college. He was 72. I'm sorry, he's actually doing better now. 72% in college. 34 out of 44, 9 touchdowns, 1 interception. By pure numbers, nuance removed, who he's playing with, who he's playing against, check downs, deep passes, crossing routes, no blitz, all of those other external factors, all the variables removed. Pure raw data, Shedeur Sanders has been the most efficient quarterback so far from what we've seen.
Yeah. That's all you need to know. I got my mic on, that's why. You want me to play it again?
Okay, these are the completion percentages, the numbers, touchdowns and interceptions from out there. Okay, these are the completion percentages, the numbers, touchdowns and interceptions from the 4 open practices between OTAs and minicamp. Even Joe Flacco 0 for 0 yesterday. It's all included in here. Okay. We will start with Flacco. 16 of 28, 57% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Kenny Pickett, 57% completion percentage, 30 out of 52. So almost double the amount of reps, same completion percentage, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. Dillon Gabriel, 54% completion percentage, below both the other two. 38 out of 70, 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. For some quick context, Pickett is under his career completion percentage. Dillon Gabriel slightly below his college. Shedeur Sanders, 77% completion percentage. Is exactly what he did in college. He was 72. I'm sorry, he's actually doing better now. 72% in college. 34 out of 44, 9 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. By pure numbers, nuance removed, who he's playing with, who he's playing against, check downs, deep passes, crossing routes, no blitz, all of those other external factors, all the variables removed. Pure raw data, Shedeur Sanders has been the most efficient quarterback so far from what we've seen.
Yeah. Even with that, the blitzes, the pressure, and all that, it's still going to be the same. It might be a tick lower, but 77% compared to 50-something when they clearly getting all the reps. They clearly getting all the reps. You have more opportunities. You have more opportunities. What are you doing with him? Like he said, by the pure raw data, Shedeur is the best quarterback. I don't care about no check downs. Look, is he moving the ball 10 yards? Because last time I checked, it's only 10 yards for a first down. So if you get a check down that's 5 yards and another check down that's 5 yards, that's a first down. Are you moving towards the end zone? Last time I checked, 9 touchdowns, you moving towards the end zone. I don't care how you move the ball down the field, as long as that ball get in the end zone. You can run it, you can pass it, you can toss it, you can flip it. If the ball get down the field and it go in the end zone, it don't matter. I don't understand, bro. Like, how are we critiquing how he moving the ball? It don't matter. Like, man, I literally was coaching, and the head coach ran the same play 6 times. He said, I'm going to keep running it until they stop it. What? I don't care. Run the same play 6 times if it's working. If the man open, throw him the ball. Like, why are we critiquing what he throw the ball to? Oh, he didn't throw it downfield. It was all check downs and bubble screens. That's from Cam Ward. What does it matter? He moving the ball. Bro, this ridiculous, bro.
To the complete.
I'm trying. Ain't nobody got no clip from today. My boy ain't gonna load nothing. You only got Trevor and the stuff from yesterday. Boy, I tell you, bro.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Great.
That's the only clip we got from today. When I tell you, man, the setup had begun. He went from being a first round mock. He went from being projected first rounder to top 3, the top 10, the top 20, to out of the first round, to the historic drop all the way to the 5th round, to 4th string quarterback, to lighten up rookie minicamp, to lighten up OTAs, then having 77% completion percentage in totally out of all his reps from OTA through minicamp, and still getting looked at as a 4th string quarterback. When it gonna stop, man? What do the boy got to do? I told you, man. But what the head coach just said, open a little bit, open a little door, a little window. What he said, like y'all saying, it ain't that new. He ain't learned that new about Shedeur. It been the same. We already knew. What I'm saying is, what this boy gotta do to get some first team reps? Y'all already got him $4.6 million. You drafted him in the 5th round. He went from $46 million to $4.6 million. First round to 5th round. 77% based on his numbers. Because we know some of these numbers right here ain't accurate. Bro. Y'all let me know. Y'all ain't talking to me today. Y'all ain't talking today. No, she went out there today. Maybe she would. They're the same tight end Shedeur threw to. Why he lay back down? What's going on? My thing must be delayed. But politics can, bro. I bet. Where you see that at, Gretchen? I don't know, man. I don't know, Anthony. Is he getting? I don't know. I don't know if he getting them first round reps just based on. I can see why you said that, cause I said something about like that too. They probably, when the media out there, which is ridiculous, but when the media out there, they wanna don't want to put Shedeur out there like that. Yeah, Jamil, hey, I made a whole video about that. About what you talking about, Mary Kay and some other lady. I made a whole video about that. 23, slot corner, okay. Bruh, what are you talking about? Well, if you just hating on them, bro, just hate on them, bro. Ain't nobody got time for all that. TikTok. I ain't got time for all that, bro. Talking about LA riot and stuff. It is not that serious, bro. When he addressed this. Shedeur Sanders the top selling jersey among all 2025 NFL rookies according to Fanatic. He surpassed Trevor Hunter and Cam Ward in jersey sale. Sanders' jersey sale have been particularly strong even though he was drafted in the 5th round. They ain't got no numbers on here. Fanatic had a wide variety of Sanders jerseys including different styles. They got that for everybody. What he did right here, addressing why real quarterback should have known the quarterback, not the receiver team right throughout NFL offseason. Sanders competing with fellow rookie. Cleveland Brown gonna address why rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders on the quarterback, not the receiver first team rep throughout the NFL. Shedeur competing with fellow rookie, with Kenny Pickett. And like I told you guys, let's not look too much into who's out there when. We're in installation phase. We're in teaching phase, so not much to look into. Stefanski said on Wednesday after Minicamp practice. The Sanders' lack of reps with the first team offense have a big impact on his chances to start. Who had that question? Well, so far, that probably when the mic wasn't working. No, you can't find it. You couldn't find that he got drafted. You couldn't even find a Mason Graham jersey on there, and he was a first-round pick. Stefanski and the Browns coaching staff, where they? Hold on, we're so far away from that type of thought process. Honestly, hold on, let me start over. The Sanders' lack of reps with the first team offense have a big impact on his chance to start. We're so far away from that type of thought process. Honestly, we're in our installation phase. It's the off season, it's OTA, so we're going to keep the focus there. Once you get into training camp, of course, you're getting ready to play games and ultimately getting ready for playing the season. But right now, that's not our focus. Stefanski and the Brown coach staff is in the most unique scenario in the NFL this offseason with 4 quarterbacks vying for the starting job. That's about everybody saying the same thing as generic. It's possible. And that's the owner right there, one of them. All I'm saying is, I like more what he said earlier today than that right there. Because we know so that what made me think what I said, was true about Shedeur moving at a different pace, like Mary Kay said, but he moving at a faster pace. You know what I'm saying? Right here. When I put it right here, slow developing. She's saying it ain't see what stick. That means they not understanding what's going on. If you got to see what stick, that means they don't understand what was being thrown in them before.
He's on a bit of a different track. He's right now the 4th team quarterback. He's doing great with what he's being asked to do. Everybody's very, very happy with how he's coming along. Everybody's optimistic about what they're seeing with him. But it's just he's in a little bit of a different category as the 4th team quarterback and maybe not necessarily someone that they are trying to get ready as fast as possible to start on opening day. Not saying that he can't, not saying that he can't.
Mary Tate, are you in the meetings? That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't trust nobody.
Percentages, the numbers, touchdowns and interceptions from the 4 open practices between.
I can't trust nobody, man.
My assignment and just execute.
There's just no shortage of knowledge that can come from the room, whether it be from the veterans in the room or the coaches in the room, et cetera. So I think there's great value in that, so that does not surprise me, Mr. Bishop.
Now I feel old.
We have, and that was something really with Carolina, with Coach Canales, with Philly, with Coach Sirianni. We've had conversations, experience, just all of the above has been great. And listen, this is we all take this job very seriously. And I'll be like, Joe, Shedeur wasn't born. Play, you're going to get something wrong. That's so very hard worker. He has
a bit. What have you learned about him over the last Shedeur? You guys got to know him very well in the process. You've got to know him a lot better here in the last month. Obviously, when you are who he is, and now I feel old. I know I'm older than you, but that's too much. Shedeur, you guys got to know him very well in the process. You've got to know him a lot better here in the last month. Obviously, when you are who he is and everybody knows who you are and has known who you are since you were probably 15, 16, there's something that's to that. But his teammates gravitate to him quite a bit. What have you learned about him over the last month?
I don't know that we've learned anything new because, like you mentioned, I feel like we have a great feel for this young man. He's a very, very hard worker. He has fun when he's in the building. I'm enjoying watching him progress with every single meeting, with every single rep. He's doing a great job. And I think as a young player, I don't care what position you're playing, you're going to run a play or you're going to get something wrong. That's so valuable because then you get to correct it, get it right the next time. And he's doing a really, really nice job. I think he's showing up early. He's staying late. and he continues to get better every single day, and that's the fun part. But just having him in the meeting room brings a great personality in there. It's fun to have. I sit right behind him. Joe is to my left, to Shedeur's left, and to see those two bounce ideas off of each other is hilarious. Joe will say a few things, and I'll be like, Joe, Shedeur wasn't born. He wasn't born then. So it's just he's got great energy, great kid, working his tail off, and he's playing really well too.
I told it to our Lions. There's a great story in yahoo.com for our.
See what I'm saying? What he just said, that article now, like the reps who he playing with for getting the reps with don't matter. But Mary Kay and Tony and Riz, they putting so much emphasis on Shedeur not getting the first team route. So I'm like, if the head coach saying it don't matter, why we focusing on it so much? But at the same time, I'm questioning, do it really matter? You know what I'm saying? Because if Dillon Gabriel and Kenny Pickett getting all of them, and Shedeur getting none, what do that really mean? Then it take me back to my scenarios when I had been told y'all and been saying, they like, I think what I can said, they marketing these boys, Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel, to trade one of them. I told you, I think Kenny Pickett gonna get traded. Ability to get traded. Just because, based off the number, him getting 83 reps? 83? That's a lot of reps, man. But we got the timetable from Kevin too. They ain't gonna make no decision until training camp and the preseason. It ain't gonna be no decision made far as which one leaving until training camp and preseason. So there it is. Yeah, it would. But like, Salty, I'm reading your comment right now. Gabriel got 30 more reps than Shedeur, but what's the context of them reps? Like, them 30 more extra reps, what's the context of them reps? Did he miss all? Did he miss the read? Did the pad get broke up? Did he make the wrong read? Get what I'm saying? It's a lot that go in them 30 reps too. Yeah, you gonna need all the reps to get comfortable. I'm trying to catch up on y'all comment. It be hard. I'll be trying to say what I say before I forget. They can't get them ready to start the season if they don't know the plays. The head coach, why you say he lying, Kate? Yeah, that's what I said. They trying to figure out who to trade. The owner was on the field, and then they had Kevin and Andrew Berry over there looking at Shedeur and Dillon Gabriel on the other field. I'm thinking they looking at Dillon Gabriel. How he looking? What can we get for him? Because they boosting him up. Yeah, Mary Kay be lying. She figure she in the Hall of Fame now. She can just say whatever she want. I've been did that, bro.
Our school is starting to use the Vibe.
play him because he's so impressive. And it will start this week, and then it will start for them to say, let's give him reps versus our #1 defense in training camp and see how he does.
That one I'm telling, just like he just said, that one I'm telling you, it ain't gonna be closed these next 3 days. They only had the media out there two OTA practices. They only had the media out there on 2 OTA practices. So now this minicamp, it's gonna be 3 days straight of the media out there looking at 12. And I'm telling you, if he do not get no first team reps against the first team defense and 11 on 11 and a 7 on 7 and all of it, it is not fair.
The handle on how things are going right now from your perspective?
It ain't foul. It ain't foul. They just got me confused, bro. I don't know how about y'all feel.
Joe Burrow jersey on. You don't got your. If you on a high out and you don't got Joe Burrow jersey on, you don't got your more Chase jersey on. If you don't got Miles Garrett jersey on, you better have Shedeur Sanders jersey on, because I got one. When he make the team, I'm gonna get the whole studio Shedeur Sanders jersey. And he's starting week 1. If you on a high out and you don't got Joe Burrow jersey on, you don't got your more.
I don't know what to say no more, man. I wanted to see some more clip, but I don't think they had them in today. Nothing but they won. He ain't updating. That mean they ain't got none. He ain't updated yet. That mean they ain't got no clip. Yeah, you can control. Hold on, let me get to us. You be lying right there. Follow us on all the later. So up there to do more to do it. Don't know nothing. She said, like, he gotta know something. He complete 77% of his passing. Yeah, well, I'm gonna start 7 and Dylan 9. What you mean start 7 and Dylan 9? Maybe 1 or none. What you talking about? Shedeur can only control what he does with his opportunity. He can control who he's throwing to. Yup, that's why. That's what Deion done told him, and that's the mentality he got. Yeah, he did everything he was supposed to. I think she and we shouldn't pay attention. We're on the field. How many reps they are getting? He's not getting for a team right now. I don't see it happening in the training camp. I don't know. That's why I'm confused. Because eventually, he going to have to get out there. You know what I'm saying? You going to have to get a boy 13 rep. Eventually. Because he doing too good. Nah, Dylan Gabriel ain't tell Andrew Bear no side story. I told you, they drafted Dylan Gabriel to be the 3rd string quarterback. They did not draft him to be the starter. The only reason why he in the competition is because they drafted Shedeur. And they can't make it look like they value the 5th rounder over the 3rd rounder that they picked before him. So everybody got to be included in the competition. That's what's gonna happen, okay? Shedeur ain't gonna start the season. He's not. At this point, he's not. I don't know if they playing it smart or they playing it dumb, but I don't see why you wouldn't want to play them on, with 11-11 with the ones when the media there, because the buzz are already there. You already got the buzz. You already making the most money you probably ever done made in the offseason being the Cleveland Browns because of one player. You got the legendary effect going on, and now you trying to hide the boy from the media because he already getting a lot of media attention. I don't know. I don't know about that one. How he say Andrew Berry from being fired? Part away when Andrew Berry doing the all season, but one key in the business change, everything been reported stepping in to defend his colleague. Wow. Professor at the Brown nearly fired Andrew Berry this offseason, but head coach Kevin Stefanski stepped in and vouched for Berry. It's safe to say that Andrew Berry is on a very hot seat going into the 2025-26 NFL season. I don't get it then. The timing makes the gesture even more significant. Just last year, the Browns extended both Stefanski and Perry, with co-owners Jim and Dee Haslam hailing their leadership as the future of the franchise. We are incredibly fortunate to have Kevin and Andrew leading the Browns. Cleveland Browns, Haslam said. Since the day they were hired, each has worked tirelessly to help the Cleveland Browns win. A leadership, collaborative approach and ability to overcome obstacles bode well for the future of the franchise. But behind closed doors, the endeavor wavered. The fact that firing Berry was seriously considered so soon after a contract extension reveals internal doubt and mounting pressure. Stefanski's defense of Berry was not only a statement of loyalty, it was a wager that their shared vision can still deliver results. Berry's tenure has been polarizing, while credited with building one of the NFL's top defensive units and adding key veterans like Amari Cooper, his most high-profile decisions continue to draw backlash. Chief among them is Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson been limited 19 games, missing them with Berry drafted, has also raised concern while some late-round picks have been servable first-round selection like Red Newsom and Willis have yet justified their draft position. Meanwhile, Cleveland quarterback carousel has spun out of control with 5 different starters rotating in one offensive sputter. It's now the defining moment with a loaded roster and reshuffled quarterback room that include Shedeur and Joe. The pressure is on. Stefanski may extend Berry's tenure, but their fates are now intertwined. One failed season could see both out of a job in Cleveland. Loyalty is admirable, but only when it produces wins. I don't know how true that is. Because the decision to trade the number 2 overall pick, we yet to see if it's good or not. But if it was a good decision or not. But to draft 2 quarterbacks, if he was on the hot seat, hey, if Andrew Berry was on the hot seat, I'm drafting Shedeur. I'm drafting Travis at number 2, and I'm finding a way to get his quarterback, Shedeur Sanders. That's what I'm doing if I'm on the hot seat. I'm getting the 2 biggest names in college football, the Heisman Trophy winner and his quarterback. They got all the buzz. I'm drafting them 2. I'm getting on my team. That don't sound like a dude that's on the hot seat. Where he did. That don't sound like he on the hot seat. Not to me. I don't know what y'all think. Let me read. Hold on. People were saying they wanted both of them fired right after the draft. Red Newsom said he barely went against Shedeur yet, so we know he hadn't got one rep behind doors. That's what I'm saying. But yet, let him send Dillon out of there, they both would be fired. Yo, you might be right about that. Mr. Berry had Travis, Shedeur, Shiloh, and more, but he decision making fair. That's what I'm saying. That don't make no sense. That's why they were saying the Prime was going to get the coaching job. That's why Coach said he went ahead and renewed his contract with CU. Yup, that's why he said that. They could have had Trevor and Shedeur. Yup, and Shiloh, and Will, and Jimmy, and LeJontay. They could have had all of them. I mean, I ain't saying they shouldn't have drafted Junkins and Sampson and the linebacker, because them were good picks. But to pick 2 quarterbacks? Because think about that. They could have picked Shedeur 3rd round. They could have drafted Travis, still grabbed the linebacker, because they ain't get rid of that pick. Still could have had Junkins and Sampson. Could have drafted Shedeur in the 3rd and had 2 more 5th round picks. Could have had Jimmy and LeJontay. Or Shiloh. Or could have picked Shiloh up undrafted. But I figure if Shedeur would have got drafted in the 1st round or even the 2nd or 3rd round, Shiloh would have got drafted later. But because Shedeur got drafted in the 5th round, that made Shiloh fall out. Could have had the whole CU. I don't think he done got something from the owner. That's why I say I don't know about that article, because ain't nowhere in the world, if the owner agree, like if I'm the owner of the Browns and I got a chance to draft the Heisman Trophy winner and get his quarterback, that's what I'm gonna do. Because not only is it gonna be exciting for the fan base, it's gonna put a whole lot more money in my pocket. A complete transfer from Colorado to Cleveland. If Shedeur stay in Cleveland. But I don't think it's gonna be 5 years from now. It'd be 5 years from now if we see Deion go coach in the NFL. It'd be 5 years from now. Greg Newsom raved about Shedeur Sanders' approach during the early stage of his NFL career. He's been amazing. That sponge, I would say. It's just crazy that a guy this young with this much notoriety can just handle media and things like that. I think his dad really taught him how to be that guy in the spotlight and understand what comes with it. And I think he's been doing an incredible job of just learning and getting better each day. Sanders certainly is used to growing up in the spotlight of the son of Hall of Famer Deion. So that's straight from Greg Newsom right there, what you just said. He said he wasn't getting enough reps against him. That means he ain't getting no reps against him. Or you said enough. I can't remember. Exactly. Cam Ward had received from Miami. And that boy shouldn't have got drafted. That boy ran a 4.8. Ain't no way at a receiver you running a 4.8, you getting drafted. No. They did that just for Cam Ward, because Cam said get him. Yup, Jazz and the Broncos got 3 CU players apiece. Yup. Shedeur? Yeah, he gonna have to play. He gonna have to play in the preseason. He better. I'm trying to go to the game. He better play. What I'm saying is, this team could have been. We talking about Shedeur to the Browns. Just think about it: is Travis Hunter, Shedeur, Shiloh, LeJontay, and Jimmy was on the Browns. I don't care, bro. I don't care. The Eagles got the formula. They draft SEC players. They whole roster SEC. If you played at any of them schools, you going to the Eagles. And they drafted all them Georgia players and got all them Alabama players, formerly Alabama or went to Alabama. I don't care, bro. Like, that's the formula. Then the Bengals drafted Joe Burrow. What they do the next year? Go get Jamar Chase. I know. I already did that. I done broke that down too. I said he moved that safety like crazy yesterday. And when I looked at that little clip, when he threw that little touchdown pass, he moved it. I said, I don't even know what the safety breaking on. Ain't even nothing over there. Because he reading the Shedeur eyes. It wasn't nothing over there. But he had the safety moving. They're going to let Dylan start, and he going to get traumatized. He was already eye was big when Myles Garrett said that his eye got big when he seen me running at him. I bet if Shedeur was in there, they wouldn't have him. Okay, it's football. Like, you going to be playing against Myles Garrett side players. Like, you already know that he wasn't going to hit you. Y'all ain't in pass. And plus, you the quarterback on his team. He ain't going to hit you. But your eye got big. Let me see if something else done came out. Let me refresh. I'm about to get off. $14 minutes ago. They drop an article like crazy. How they called out. They might be not an inspiration day on some or should do something. Why they do that to address line. Every day, there are new reports about his performance account. With such glowing remarks, it's a wonder why some beat writers don't make the hour trek down the road to start working on his bus in Canton. Shedeur Mania running wild, but is it time to start believing the hype? Here they go with this bull. One prominent fault analyst. I think Cleveland Brown has stumbled into wild success. The coach and the GM didn't want to draft Shedeur Sanders 2 rounds after Dylan Gabriel, but he's crushing it. He's the best quarterback in camp. He's facing back up, but he's throwing to them as well. Success is not a straight line. It's not linear. Gabriel was getting first team reps, but not all of them now. The coaching staff cannot deny what's happening. There's something almost endearing about a veteran talking here like Carol, grossly overreacting to June practice. It just sounds like a hater right here. Gabriel has been mostly competing with starters and thus has had to handle the brunt of the offensive install. Sunday is not there yet, so his practice stats will look better. What? No. He still got to throw the ball, and they still got to catch it. He still got to make the right read. His daughter is not feasible. He's coming off an impressive college career and was almost unanimously a top 4 quarterback in his class, according to analysts. That make no sense. These folks just type in anything. I won't let you say the name. Read it, man. The idea that Sanders could compete for the starting job is not unfeasible. Oh, he said not unfeasible. Well, why you saying all that? Man, it don't matter who his dad is. They doing him like that because of his dad, which makes no sense. Man, the Eagles is a reason why they probably gonna win another Super Bowl. And the Chiefs too. It's a reason why they be in the Super Bowl. Cameron Justice. You had to put it in two different. You had to put it in two different. Hold on, let's see.
You don't say.
Well, how about that?
Yeah.
Can we get one in?
It's not ideal.
Yeah, it's a tough spot.
Yeah, not great. Not great for the Colts.
I think they signed Danny Dimes, and I think that's where they're at.
Yeah.
I was skeptical of drafting him to begin with just because he played so little at Florida. It's so hard when you just don't have snaps, and he just doesn't have many snaps. You fall in love with the physical
y'all want a
stuff,
question?
You know?
Yeah,
what question
exactly.
y'all want?
You can tweet your questions to us as.
Give me a question.
Out in my neck of the woods. That invite I gave a while back is still open.
The lakes down in Columbus?
Out in
Nobody
Warren.
asked no question.
I believe.
You can get in,
is
bro.
That the? Is that little resort? That resort? Out
What question y'all want? Should do a question. Let's go.
The lakes.
I believe so. Yes.
It's where the Corey Stringer golf outing used to be.
What y'all think?
Lakes golf. So the only one I know of, I've played the one down in Columbus, which is the Lakes, which is awesome. They modeled their clubhouse after Augusta, so it looks just like Augusta.
Really?
The Lakes in Columbus. Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay.
Really cool.
It's Avalon Lakes Golf Course and Country Club. Yeah.
Okay.
It's part of. I will say this.
Is it called the Grand or something? Is that what that is?
It's pretty awesome. Like their pool looks like a Greek temple, except it's outdoor. And
It looks like the Hearst Mansion. Pool at the Hearst Mansion is what it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very cool place. I've
cool.
had some friends go there.
Yeah,
my wife and I went there for an overnight, had dinner. There's like 4 different restaurants you can go to and places. It's recommended. I would recommend it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very, very cool.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate the request. Mr. Camptastic.
Yep.
Given today's context, how crazy was it for Maverick to show up to the good doctor's house late for a date, covered in sweat after beach volleyball, and then request a shower?
I got you.
I think it's one of the chestiest displays that you could ever have for a first. There are so many questions. Why is he playing beach volleyball before a date? Why is he playing beach volleyball in his jeans without a shirt on before a date?
It's hot.
Why is he not in shorts?
Yeah.
Why is he even playing beach volleyball in front of a crowd? It's just 4 random dudes, and there's a crowd watching it like it's the AVP tour. And then, to show up at the house and say, hey, do you mind if I take a shower? Yes, I do mind. It's a very reasonable response from her to say that.
For a first date.
Absolutely. For a 10th date, like to show up, hey, can I take a shower? What? What are you talking about? Come over ready. This was the time. We're having the date. I made a salad. Let's go. But I will echo the words of the great former Undersecretary of the United States Navy and great friend of the program, Tom Odley. It's a movie, Bo.
It's a movie. That's right.
When I gave him, the boys had like 6 questions about Maverick, Top Gun Maverick, and I was like, about this Mach 10.
Yeah,
about
like that.
this. And it's a movie, Bo. Okay. I got you, sir.
Alfonso Taylor tweets at the show. Who's the better golfer between the two of you guys?
Gibby.
I don't know about that.
I think you would be. You play a lot more than I've played.
Put it in. Let's see.
I played last weekend. NBC and I played 18, and I think I shot 96. So that's what you're dealing with.
He just read it, dude.
I mean, on 18 holes, I can shoot anywhere from 90 to like 102.
Yeah, it just depends.
If I'm playing enough, I can maybe
I'll write that one too.
To the mid to upper 80s, but that does not happen often. And
No,
about the time I get there, training camp starts and I'm done for the year playing golf, which sucks.
I also think like I've reached, and I understand, I'm very well aware that my kids are going to be on a different track than I am, but I've come to the realization that like there's no amount of training where I could ever break 80. Like that's just never going to happen. I've shot mid 80s.
Let me see if they answer that first before I do that.
Mid 80s a lot is kind of where I live, but I don't play enough anymore to ever get to that point again. I don't know if I ever will. So that's the realization. But I still love it, and I'm with the boys, so it's a win.
So I'm trying to figure out. Mel Brooks tweeted today, I told you we'd be back. Richie Fox tweets at us, thoughts on news of a confirmed sequel for Spaceballs.
I don't have any. I have no idea about that. Mel Brooks is still around. Is Mel Brooks doing it? He's still around? Is Mel Brooks still alive?
Around.
He's like 100?
I have confirmation. I'm watching a video.
There's a new Spaceballs?
Spaceballs 2.
What?
2027, guys.
Kev, what can you tell me about it?
I don't know. I just love like the little teaser, and I love how Mel Brooks at the end says, you know, we asked what the fans wanted, and we just decided to do this anyways.
Right. This just popped an hour ago. Do I have that right? Like this is all in the last hour? Okay.
Richie, appreciate the heads up, man.
All right.
I didn't know this was even in the works. I mean, Spaceballs is
38 years ago
in the Jordan's seen it. Brock has.
There was only one Star Wars trilogy, but since then there have been a prequel trilogy, a sequel trilogy, a sequel to the prequel, a prequel to the sequel, countless TV spin-offs, a movie spin-off, and a TV spin-off, both a prequel and a sequel.
I'm trying to ask a real question.
7 Jurassic Parks, 2 Avatars, plus 3 upcoming Avatars, making 5 Avatars, 36 MCU.
VA Marine, what going on for life?
DCU attempt number 1.
Got to shut the door.
Animated Lion King, a live-action Lion King. A live-action animated live. This is unreal.
I'm trying to see if they're going to answer our question.
The TV series.
They talking about some TV series, bro.
Movies, a whole streaming service.
They should be only talking about Shedeur Cleveland Brown question.
This is incredible. It goes on for, and then finally at the end. But in 38 years, there's only ever been one Spaceballs. Oh, baby. Until now, and it's Mel Brooks in a Spaceballs. Oh, that's spectacular. My kids love Spaceballs.
Come on, bruh.
100% it does. Yeah. I'm fascinated. Like, I have so many questions. Who would play what? I mean, how does that even work?
Hard to know where to even begin with that,
yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's going to be good.
Let's see.
Here's one from Browntown. When will Shedeur get first team reps? He's been great since the start. Has a 77% completion percentage. He needs to be in the.
What?
We got to blame Chops for this. 77% completion.
Don't lump me in with any of that.
I'm putting it all on Chops. Yes, he has, but I just would tell you to read 2 things, Browntown Opulence. Read the story Mary Kay did at Cleveland.com on Monday, and we had her on earlier in this week. Listen to what we're telling you on this show, because we're giving you the real truth. By the way, Chop, the numbers he's putting out, they're accurate numbers. That's not what it's about. It's just void of context. And I know that they've all talked about that as well. And then read the piece in Yahoo this week. There's a piece in Yahoo this week as well.
Yeah, they had one of their people out.
Yeah, the rookie Shedeur is just at a different point in his growth than Kenny Pickett would be, and then that Dylan Gabriel is at, and certainly Joe. And so they're just kind of all learning this on different levels is kind of where it is at this moment. So when he's gotten his reps, he's looked good, but it's a little bit of a different process.
Got to work your way up.
Yeah.
Like, just patience. This is a process. And reminder, sometimes when you have 75% or 77% completion percentage, maybe it's not against the first team or the second team.
Yes, of course.
So,
yeah.
Reminder, like, let's manage the expectations. We're working through it. He's getting better by the day. He looked good in the reps he got today. Make the most of the reps you get when you get them.
And he's fully on board with all of this.
100%.
Fully on board with how
I was going to say, you were with him last night.
I was,
so.
yeah. Spaceballs 2 officially happening. Rick Moranis is in.
Hey, we got no boy talking.
Hasn't done anything in like 30 minutes.
We got no boy talking on the live, bro.
It's been a long time.
They live, we live. We got no boy talking about our question, bro. And no, I already done looked at all that. I done looked at all of that. We already done debunked that. We already done debunked all of that. So they ain't even did no research. And we live. Y'all heard it live, bro. Y'all heard it live. They answered our question live. We already, that's what I'm saying, bro. We already done debunked that. We already done, this right here, this video right here, I'm telling you, ain't no way in the world you gonna tell me Mary Kate was right about Shedeur developing slow. He's saying they all of them learning on a different at a different pace on a different level. You can't tell me Dylan Gabriel then came in there and jumped ahead of Shedeur when Shedeur clearly said in a interview a month ago that some of the plays are similar that they ran in Colorado. You ain't gonna tell me Dylan Gabriel came in and picked up their offense just like that. With 83 reps and a 50-some percentage. You can't tell me. I ain't reading nothing else. I done looked at all of it. It ain't nothing else to look at. I'm looking at the numbers. The raw talent, like bro said. The one he named and talking about he did that. I'm looking at the raw talent. He need to be in the mix. He need to be in the mix. You can't tell me Dylan Gabriel picked up their offense faster than Shedeur. Ain't no way. If they in there at the same time, bro, Dylan Gabriel, because the numbers tell me otherwise. I don't care what team Dylan Gabriel going against. If Shedeur were going against the ones, it'll be the same thing. Just like he talking about the blitz and all that, the numbers will be the same. It might be a tick down because you got Denzel Ward over there, Myles Garrett, and Greg Newsome, but he's still going to be in the 70% percentile as far as completion percentage. No. Give Shedeur 83 reps, and I guarantee you he'll be 83. He'll have completed at least 65, 70 of them. 60, 65, 70%. 70 completions out of them 83. I guarantee you that. No. I don't want to hear none of that. No. We got them boys to answer our question. That's crazy. Live. 83, 48. 48 out of 83. I'm telling you. If Shedeur get 83 attempts, he completing at least 60, 65 to 70 of them. Appreciate you, Gigi. You always come through. Like he dumb or something. No. That's what I said. He learned it that much faster? No. He couldn't have learned it that much faster. If Shedeur already was familiar with it, we don't know if Dylan Gabriel was familiar with it or not. But you can't tell me Dylan Gabriel done learned more than Shedeur already if they both came in at the same time. What question you put? I'm gonna put that one to see if they answer that one too. We got 14 views on it. Oh, you right here, Big Juice. What Mary Kay said is said that Kenny and Dylan learning something totally different from Shedeur. I don't. Exactly. The OC said it. I don't want to read that from Mary Kay. No, man. Don't tell me that. Should I post my video? Should I post this? Should I post it on there? Should I post it on there? They probably gonna block me if I do that. I figured we were gonna get it red because they ain't had that many. I don't see what happened when they go back. Oh, they back. Oh, they done with it.
30. Maybe
30.
July 21st.
Let me tell you this. Wyatt Teller's car.
They done with it. They done with it. But nah, man. I don't accept none of that. I don't accept none of that, man. We already got a video out. I already done made the video. I don't want to read none of that. Talking about Yahoo, all that. But I want, if he said he talked to Shedeur, we already know Shedeur cool with it. He just happy to be there. And he gonna do what he gotta do. It's gonna take too long to make that a short. He gonna be like 5, 6 shorts if I do that. Yeah, I had trying to say Oregon had NFL stuff and Colorado didn't. When clearly Pat Sherman was a head coach for the Minnesota Vikings in the NFL where Kevin Stefanski came from. Yeah, you leaving that part out. Like, come on now. Pat Sherman was a head coach. New York Giants, Minnesota Vikings, the Cleveland Browns. Like, come on, man. 21 seasons of NFL experience. And you telling me Shedeur ain't learned nothing? No, bro. New York Giants and Cleveland Brown. I thought it was he coached with the Vikings at some point. I don't want to hear none of that. Yeah, we're going to see connection right here. Pat Sherman and Kevin had working relationship with the Minnesota Vikings. I told you. Sherman was the Vikings offensive coordinator. Gabriel was the quarterback's coach. Boom. So where he get the offense from? Sherman later became head coach of the New York Giants and briefly considered Stefanski for his offensive coordinator position. However, Stefanski was not allowed to be interviewed by the Giants because the Vikings denied the request. There it is right there. There it is right there. That's crazy. Then they ended the live. We got them to answer our question, man. Do they want them to go with the narrative? They're crazy. But let me go ahead and get off, man. I got to go. I got somewhere to be. But I appreciate y'all for coming. Like always. Y'all show me love, and I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hey, I'm gonna probably, I probably ain't gonna do it tomorrow. I'm probably gonna do it next week. But I'm gonna start getting back on Twitch. I'm gonna go live on Twitch. So if y'all ain't got a Twitch, I need y'all to get a Twitch and to follow me on there. It's the same as my YouTube name, Money Man. You already know, but no space. There's no space in between. It's just straight Money Man. You already know. So I'm going to go live on Twitch. I'll let y'all know when. Probably going to be next week. And we still doing the 50K giveaway. Still got that going on. And, you know, when I get everything put together, then that's when I'm going to pick the winner. And y'all will win one of these right here, what I got on. 12. But it just, I ain't going to lie. But that thing, this thing got me feeling, this thing ain't clean on me, boy. Whew. I should have had the gold one on. This thing, this thing. This thing clean on me. This thing clean on me. This thing clean on me. Stop. I'm gone.
In college, but now
Don't call me 2 no more. Call me 12. Don't call me 2 no more.
left that 2 in the past. New number, new lane. Got the dog pound behind me and gold in my chain. Number 12 like Brady, but I'm still me. Pressure built different when you born to lead. Pocket calm like snow in December. Now I'm in the land, make the city remember. Ain't no clone, this a brand new script. Came from the 2, now I'm flipping the script. Oh, don't call me 2, call me 12. Old jersey, new era. Welcome to the land. Number change, but the mission don't fade. AP watch and the ice still sway. From Buddha to Browns, levels to this whole digit, same dog. I'm built for the blitz.
12 in the field. Yes, sir. QB1 vibe.
Deck 2 is the spark, Deck 12 is the storm. I'm past the comparisons, now I perform. No more debates, no more doubt. They gon' feel me when I air it out. Same soul, New Jersey stitch. Legacy earned, never switched. Ain't just a number, it's a chapter flip. Now the league gotta deal with this. Don't call me 2, call me 12. Whole jersey, new era. Welcome to the land. Number change, but the mission don't fade. AP watching, the ice still sway. From Buddha to Browns, levels to this whole digit, same dog. I'm built for the blitz.
Drops a number, it's a statement. It's not about where I was, it's about where I'm going. Yeah.
Now it's game time, chains on stealth. Whole league watching number 12. Cleveland cold, but the wrist still melt. Don't call me 2, I'm 12 myself. He won 2 in college, but now
Don't call me 2 no more. Call me 12. Don't call me 2 no more.
left that 2 in the past. New number, new lane. Got the dog pound behind me and gold in my chain. Number 12 like Brady, but I'm still me. Pressure built different when you born to lead. Pocket calm like snow in December. Now I'm in the land, make the city remember. Ain't no clone, this a brand new script. Came from the 2, now I'm flipping the script. Oh, don't call me 2, call me 12. Old jersey, new era. Welcome to the land. Number change, but the mission don't fade. AP watching, the ice still sway. From Buddha to Browns, levels to this whole digit, same dog. I'm built for the blitz.
12 in the field. Yes, sir. QB1 vibe.
Deck 2 is the spark, Deck 12 is the storm. I'm past the comparisons, now I perform. No more debates, no more doubt. They gon' feel me when I